All right. Welcome back to more FLA Homes. If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian Clay. Alongside me is one of our real estate rock stars on the squad, the Wesley Chapel King himself. Corey, how are you?
Let's go. I'm doing great today. How are you?
Listen, man, I tell you what, when we do Two Rivers, man, I have a good day when we Two Rivers
I
because
know.
so many people reach out about the place. I get to learn
Yeah.
about it. We got you there, which is blessing the entire team. So we're going to be
Yes.
uncovering a section in the west side. I feel like we spoke about it, but it's always good to do some sort of update. What are we talking about today?
That's it. So we're looking at the west section, which they call the landing,
The
that
landing.
private social club that they're going to have. Just driving through there a couple days ago, the landing is coming along. The parking lot is paved. The buildings are going up. You can see some tennis courts starting to come in. So it's really giving people the vision of what that is going to be like. I know that it comes with the expense of the HOA, your CDD, and your club fee. But for the right buyer, this is the place to live when you're going to have, let's say, beachside table service, when you're sitting out there at the pool, having the private restaurant. It's kind of something that brings everybody together, is this landing social club. So we're super excited we've worked with almost every builder in the section of the landing. And today we're going to show you one of the builders that we know we are striking deals with this
Amazing
time of
deals.
year. So act quick. If you're thinking about end of year, act quick.
A couple of questions I have for you, right? And you answered
Yep.
one of them because we talk about the landing all the time. You hype me up about this place, right? You're like, remember, Christian,
Yeah.
we're moving to the landing. We're moving to the landing. I'm like, okay, cool. The landing. I love it. And
That's
then we
it.
talk about Two Rivers and I see a bunch of homes and I'm just like, okay, it's coming. It's coming. But the fact
It's
that you said that
coming.
there are updates, I like that, right? Nothing hurts
Yeah.
more than we get, when we get all the hype and then 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you're like, when is it happening? Okay. But secondly, and I think this is something we can answer a little later, but a genuine question. You're talking about poolside service and all of these things that to me feel like kind of vacation amenities, right? But living in there.
Hmm.
Who do you think this section of Two Rivers is going to be for more? Is it going to be people with secondary homes or primary residents?
Oh, this is 100% a primary residence
Okay.
homeowner situation. It's going to be, I think, more difficult to invest and like turn this into a rental property in the
Okay.
future because of those fees. So we have to look at the margins at what you're going to be paying in the future over, 5 to 10 year period. But this is like the primary residence. I'm moving to Tampa. I don't want to live in the city. I want to live a little bit in the suburbs, on the outskirts, and looking for an area that is going to keep being developed. It's going to have a ton of growth in the future in this Zephyr Hills area, not only in Two Rivers, but surrounding communities. But we know right now that we have a couple of the builders that we've been working with that are striking some really good deals. And we know that once we apply our capped strategy to getting these offers, we're getting the best that can possibly come for working with new construction.
Okay, so I wanted to show the map for everybody. Zephyr Hills, right? Like a year, 2, 3 years ago, Zephyr Hills. Okay, maybe you can't afford Wesley Chapel. Let's bump you over to Zephyr Hills, maybe a little more affordable. I mean, it could kind of be a little more expensive, especially living in the landing. But
Yeah.
you're about 40 minutes to the Tampa International. Yeah, about 40 minutes to the Tampa International Airport. Maybe I have two of those. And then I put the shops at Wiregrass. 9 minutes to the shops at Wiregrass. I show you that to show you how close right now you have shopping at your disposal, but it also shows how close you are to Wesley Chapel. More close to Wesley Chapel than parts of living in Wesley
Of
Chapel.
Wesley Chapel.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. People in Wesley Chapel are further away from the hub of Wesley Chapel than this community. And the drive is simple. It's one road right out the main entrance of this community down to the heart of Wesley Chapel. So there's a ton of benefits of the location of this Two Rivers community and some surrounding communities as well. But I think in this section, you're really going to find that it's like we said, kind of that niche buyer that wants to have that community aspect, wants to be part of that social club. But there's a lot of things about these homes too that come in the landing. As you can see from the drone, you're getting the barrel style tile roofs. I think that's another huge thing that every builder on this section has to have put into their construction process. Tile roofs, pavers driveways, palm trees. We're talking about $1.2 million worth of landscaping just on the entrance to this community. So you can imagine what that's going to look like and the feeling that you get when you drive in to the community. But most importantly, I think, we're finding, like we said, the right deals with the builder and kind of navigating that process. And once again, what do we get, Christian? Every week, someone reaches out and is like, hey, we went to the builder. We didn't call you guys first. On Halloween, I'm passing out candy. And a nice neighbor came down the street and said, hey, Wesley Chapel King, I bought right down the road from this builder, blah, blah, blah. I asked him, how did it go? He's like, well, once we were under contract, the sale, every single time. So
Yep.
please, we once again stress the importance of reaching out to a real estate team that not only operates with multiple builders in this area, but really knows and has the experience of working with new construction.
Okay, so before we hop into this home tour, right? I want to hold everybody. Just hold your horses for me, real quick. And this is
The
kind of
home
more
is great.
questioning from us, the audience, to Corey right now, right? The Wesley Chapel King,
Yeah.
the landing or the west side of Two Rivers, right? From what we're
Yes.
learning, the higher end of the homes in this section, correct?
Correct. Yeah, this is what we would consider almost I guess the level 3 builders, the
Yep.
semi-custom
Yeah.
builders. You can build a home here. You can completely design it in the design studio, but we know that when they have these spec or inventory homes that they professionally design themselves, they reduce the price on them.
Yeah.
They are willing to, work out incentives to pay closing cost fees, and their preferred lenders will give you a below market interest rate because the home can close in a quick time frame. On a to be built, we're unable to get that, but if we can line up the right situation for you where the home closes quick enough, the interest rates on this one are incredible, and the one we're going to see today is going to be a steal for somebody. So we hope that you do it with us or your Aunt Susan or whoever, but this is going to be a home that is quick moving, end of year deal, special interest rates, closing costs, everything is involved in this one.
So I guess what I have before we talk about the specs of it and just enjoy the tour while we're there, there's multiple builders in here bringing their best, right? Like you have, I believe, is Taylor Morrison in here as well?
That's correct. Taylor
Right. Okay.
Morrison,
So
Homes by West Bay. Yep.
perfect. So yeah, all of those level 3 builders, and we know that they're somewhat competing. Some people may ask themselves, like, what's the difference between the three, right? I really think it's going to
Yeah.
come down to, because all of
Good
them
question.
have a good product, but the difference is going to be aesthetics, right? Inside and out,
Hmm.
the floor plan, the layout for everybody, the lot, which is important to me, you, and of course, whoever our client is. Don't let that not be the important thing to you.
That's
You
it.
make sure when you're working
Yes,
with us, the lot is
please.
extremely important. And then the structure of the deal, right? So
Correct.
this is one of those areas I would love to go in and do some negotiation, right? Because we can, I think you and me know how to properly build leverage for our clients and then apply our cap strategies to extract the most out of the deal, right? Taking away, how you feel and what you saw. Put the strategy together and extract the most out of it. And I think you can find a quality deal. As long as you love the floor plan, you love the aesthetic of the home, we'll find you the
Yep.
nice lot. We'll get you the quality deal. And I think that's how you just put the ribbon on it at the end. I would love it.
Absolutely. And the preferred sales rep that we have in this community is one that we worked with when he was with another builder and then moved over here. So we have a ton of experience with him. I was just with him this weekend talking about the deals. He was telling me the motivation that they have to sell the homes. And we go through and we vet the sales reps so you don't have to. We've run into a situation recently where it was just a luck of the draw. We got Joe Schmo his first day on the job, and he gave us a ton of incorrect information and kind of misguided us into a home that the deal wasn't what he was presenting, but he just didn't know. He was just new.
Sure.
And that's why we go through and we vet, and now we know, hey, next time we need to get to the right person. But in this community, we have the sales rep, and that's what the ease of mind that we can take away from you when you work with the builder. We're going to get you with the best representative of their company to make sure we're getting the best deal, that our offers are getting pushed right up to management. He told me this was the home I need to show.
Okay.
Just looking at the kitchen, gas range, he said, this is the one they're willing. This is the home,
This
Corey.
is
Like,
the
if you
home,
got
right?
someone that was
He
this,
waved the
if you want
flag.
a
He said,
deal,
Corey, if you know, you know.
I got a
Because
bunch of highlighted things he wanted me to sell, but he was like, this is the one you need to sell because they want to move on this one. So we know for somebody that's looking for something within their floor plan parameters or within the community parameters, this is going to be the one that we can get you a great deal on it. It is a
let's talk about
beautiful
it.
home.
What's the bedroom,
Talk about the
bathroom
home a
square
little bit.
footage?
Yeah. So we got 3.5 with a flex. We're looking at about 2,800 square feet. We got the extended lanai on this one. As you see, gourmet kitchen,
Hmm.
double ovens. The lot for us, I think we consider this a level 3 lot or level 2, level 3 lot, considering the backyard having no rear facing neighbors. Your neighbor right here, as you can see, already has a halfway the yard fenced in. So you're already looking at, more affordability trying to get that fenced in. But the home is decked out with upgrades from the builder. So it's already professionally done, and we know they've reduced the price and they're motivated to get it
Yeah,
even maybe
that just
lower
shows us
to
we
get
can
someone
really,
into
really
it.
maximize. Once we apply it to our strategy, we can maximize on this one, right? And for
Yes,
us, like
absolutely.
it goes beyond what are you offering and how can we? No, we plug it in, we look at the comps in the area, and that's how we're able to get the most out of it. The
Exactly.
fact that they're sitting on it, dude. Okay, let's just talk about this real quick,
Let's talk
right?
about that. Yeah.
A few videos ago,
Yeah.
which the back porch looks gorgeous, but a few videos ago, right, you had the major deal that we're not allowed to talk about on YouTube anymore, right? Because now we're starting to get calls and people are just like, "Can you get me that same exact deal?" Right, and that was a
Yeah.
circumstance where there was the last home in the community. The builder they just wanted to wash their hands with it. Every now and then we'll find that same builder,
Opportunity.
right? Same
Yeah.
builder here, but we're squeezing into a home that is built, and we're closing in on the end of the year. We're closing in on the end of the year,
Yes.
so we see opportunity here, and I would love to definitely try to see what we can swing on this, especially if your
This
guy's like, "Bruh, sell this one for me. Like I want to get it done."
Hey, if you guys want deals, this is one of them. This is the one that we're bringing it to you to show you that, hey, we know we can swing for the fences. We know that once we apply our strategy, that we can put it into the calculator and we can get the most out of this one. Considering also that this home has a 4.875 interest rate, 30-year fixed. And there's also an option to do an arm on this one where you get 2.875 for the first year, 3.875 for the second year, 4.875 year 3 through 30.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. It makes the most sense for me as long as we're able to gain you guys that money to get that.
Savings
Maybe
from the first couple. Yep.
exactly. Now, that's on this home. Obviously, everybody's going to take a look at it. But what about the people that have the patience and time to build, right? Like, what if this section of the community made sense for them? What does that look like for everybody?
I'm glad you brought that up because we were just in this community with another client, one under contract with another builder. But through our negotiation process with this builder, we were looking at, lot reductions, design studio credits, different ways to abstract those incentives. But we have to plug it, like you said, plug it into our calculator, plug it into our methods and see, does this work? And it's not just swinging for the fences. And we always say people are going into the builder by themselves, it's not going to work the same. You can't just, extract our information and get there. There's a reason that we put in these offers. We analyze each situation, as its own specific situation. But a home like this, we know that with our strategy, we're going to be able to knock it out of the
Ooh,
park
I
for a
like that
buyer.
lot across the
And we're
street,
talking,
baby. Is this one for
so
sale?
yes, Christian, I'm so glad you paused right there because that home is also for sale. And you're looking about the spacing between the homes on each side. People that are from up north and out west are calling us and they're like, hey, I need a little more space in between my homes. That's the one right there. And there is 3 or 4 homes right on the same street that are available right now. But if you're looking for space, you can see that there's an easement on the left side of the home too. So you have a ton of space over there as well. There won't be a home site built.
That's
So if you're
cool.
someone that needs a little more space, we go and we find these homes, whether it's with this builder in this community or another community. If you're looking for space, we can find it.
What are we seeing time wise for somebody that wants to build, right? Like, let's be honest, right? We just had an
Yeah.
inquiry right before this video, like, Two Rivers, right? And I know right after we
Yeah.
get done, we'll have to hop on that call, but
Yeah.
that person is okay with getting a move-in ready home. I think we're going to end up showing them this one.
Yeah.
What about people that want to build? Like, what's the time frame like from the time that you decide on your finishes and your lot to closing typically out here?
I would say it's about 6 to 10 months.
Okay.
6 to 8 months is usually the range that I'm seeing with going from permitting of the land and the floor plan and everything right up until the closing date. So, but you always got to give yourself a little bit of wiggle room, a
Sure.
little bit of grace.
Hmm.
Nothing is perfect in building a home. So they could come up early and say, hey, we want you to close the home in 6 months, or it could be we got delayed and we're at 11 months. But at this time of year, once we get past the inclement weather, then we're kind of looking at a nice, comfortable time frame around 6 to 8 months, I would say.
I love what you say about the cushion before and after everybody, by the way, right? Like
Before and after, yeah,
before
not
and
just
after,
after,
right?
before
These
too.
contracts are designed for the builder to not do any wrong, right? They're the mother's child. My child didn't do anything wrong, right? So like if they can deliver the home early, it's on you to buy it
Guess
early.
what?
If
You
it
got to close,
pushes
yeah.
out a little later and you have everything packed and you're ready to come down from Michigan and you're like, we move in tomorrow, and they're like, oh, 2 more months. There's nothing that you can do about it. But if you were to have those issues, then they would put that on you. So we want to make sure we go
Yes,
over all of that stuff when the contract is there in front of you and give you the pros and cons about it all. But
that's
you
it.
what you say about the cushion before and after, I mean, I think that's money. You have to have that realistic expectation moving in.
Exactly. And these are things that you can't just go on their website and understand. You can't just go on Zillow and find out, how this process is going to work. So when you work with us, we really lean into that. What's plan B? What's plan C? Plan for every situation, every worst case scenario, give you the insight into how the builders operate so that when something pops up, you're prepared. And
Man,
that's the thing
there's
that
a
we get,
few
that's where we
homes.
get the calls every week. Hey, we messed up. We went to the builder. We didn't.
It
We
happens.
don't want you to be in that situation. It happens every
I
time.
don't know what it is, Corey, and this is just me talking to you, right? I feel like people stumbled across our videos after it's almost like me buying a vehicle, and then I'm like,
Then
let me
looking it
learn
up.
more about my vehicle. Like, let me start doing some research, right? And then here comes the guy, be
Yep.
careful before you buy, and you're just like, oh shoot, I'm already under
Too late.
contract,
Too
right?
late.
Versus doing the research ahead of, and this is for everybody out there, right? I think if you're in the stage of kind of discovering where you want to be, but you know you got to
Yeah.
end up in Florida, like reach out now, right? Reach out now before you maybe walk into that model home, or you click on an email that they've given you saying that would you like the best rate in the world, and you click yes, and then
Yeah.
they just make sure you don't have any representation after that, whatever it may be. There's a lot of things, and this is not me saying builders are bad, but I'm just saying like there's two types of reps for me, Corey, that work with builders.
Yeah.
There's ones that are really 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 great at their job and they love it and they wake up with passion, and then there's the
Hmm.
ones that fail in the general real estate world and they have to go work for a builder, right? And I hate to say that. And we like to work with the
Speaking the
ones that are
truth,
really,
man.
really good and they love it, right? But those
Yeah.
are few and far between. Let's just be honest about that.
And think about this, Christian. From between us, how many clients have we helped this year? I haven't had to charge a client a dollar,
Yeah. That
$0 for the whole year 2025. I've helped dozens of families and they didn't have to pay anything for our real estate commissions. The builders are paying us to represent you, but that doesn't last forever. If the market shifts, it could be a different world. So it's like
yeah.
strike while the iron's hot. Well, it's a buyer's market. This is a great time to use professional representation to find a new construction home to help us walk through the home with you. I had clients this week calling me, it's our first walk. We need you to be there. We see your YouTubes. We know, but we do so many of them that we have the experience to ask the right questions
Yeah.
to the construction manager during the process. Can you explain this further to them? Can we go through our inspection report for every single line item that is in our summary to say, hey, these items need to be fixed? Like that is what we're really bringing value to people that are buying with the builder. They'll help you, but like you said, it's all to protect themselves.
Yeah, yeah, and just so you know, before we wrap everything up, right? I guess this is the last kind of maybe for somebody out there that's the DIY person that's like, okay, I'm gonna learn and I'm gonna do it myself. Here goes a cherry on top for you, right? Those walks are designed for a purpose, right? And that's to get you through the home and to learn the bells and whistles about the home and less
Yep,
questions about what's going on with the house, right? Like it's more
absolutely.
like press this, push that. This is how that functions. This is how kind of when they're doing the pest control, this is how they do it versus
Yep.
what is that? Why is that not correct? Where's the flashing here? That caulking is not correct. So with us, we're able to kind of bypass that and just kind of get cut to the chase of everything. I would say I'm not going to
Or
push on
that's
that.
how it looks. That's just how it looks.
That's
And
just
you're
how
like,
it
no,
looks.
no, no. Is that the best? Is that the best you guys can do? I know it's not. The home over there, I've taken construction managers across the street, down the road, and been like, so this house, it doesn't look like that. Why does ours look like this?
So
So
two
we'll really
questions for you,
put them
Corey.
to the tape.
Two questions for you. All right, one of them is kind of for my personal wants and needs. What about the golf
Mhm.
in Two Rivers? Like, are you going to have that in this section or no?
No, that's going to be on the south section of Two Rivers, which is technically going to be in Hillsborough, not Pasco County. And that is going to be a private golf course for the homeowners that live in that section.
Okay.
Now, if you live in Two Rivers, I'm guaranteeing you could probably find a friend and get on there somehow, right? but it's going to be a private golf course for sure.
And then secondly, right, out of the, I know 3 right now builders in this section. Maybe there's
Yeah.
4, but out of that bunch, which builder do you think has the most inventory on hand that we can strike the hardest with?
The one we're looking at
Perfect.
right now.
Perfect. Love
That's
it.
and that's exactly why we're bringing it today, because we only showed one home, but like you said, the one across the street is beautiful as well and has is ready for them to make a good deal on it. The one down the road, there's different floor plans, but they are one of the builders that has a couple of those inventories, and you can go online and you can see, that they're dropping prices and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's not just the price, right? There's a lot of other things that come into that deal. And we always mention that we're like the terms, what does the interest rate look like? What
The
are going to be your
financing,
seller
right? The
fee? The
down
fine,
payment.
yeah,
Yeah.
the
All of that.
deposit to get the home secured. There's so many other factors that go into it that we have to plug into our system and our method to make sure that you're getting them the best deal possible. But we've had a lot of people reaching out to us for Two Rivers and
Mm-hmm.
specifically this community, because they're like, why are the prices going down, this and
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
And they're one of the better builders I think we work with from a construction process. They're one of the only builders that does a radiant barrier roof underneath that tile, which just makes your home like 25% more efficient than any other builder that's going to be inside this community. And we've walked through a couple of these frame homes with guys that do commercial real estate and everything. They're like, this is a sound, well built home, and they back it with their warranty as well. So it's like, if you're looking for the right home, you're looking for a quality home and a good deal, like this one checks every boxes.
These look sharp. So just before we wrap it up, from an exterior standpoint, Taylor
Yeah.
Morrison, MI Homes, and Homes by West Bay. Is there another one that's in this section that we might have missed, or that might be off the top of your head? If you don't know, let's just stick to those 3.
Yeah, I would stick to those 3 as
Okay.
staying at the same level of
Okay.
builder right there. There's 2
Okay.
other builders, but I think they might just be one tier below
Okay.
and kind of offer you a different price point and everything else as well.
Who
So
has the
it's
best
just
frontal
depending on the buyer.
facade?
Come on now, you already know the answer to that. You don't even have to ask me, bro. Come on, man. You know who I'm a sucker for. So it's like
But
that
let me say this
Tuscan
though. Let me say this
Italian.
though. These look sharp from the outside. I'm just looking at these
Absolutely.
lots right here. Like I know you get a few different styles. Somebody out there may say they all look the same, but they still have a good look to them. I like the
That
look
one
of
that
them.
you just pointed to with the mouse on the left, that is like the number one selling floor plan of this builder, and it has the elevation that is the number one elevation that everyone wants to buy. So think about, if you're building this home, if you wanted to buy that lot next door right there, you couldn't have the same elevation as that one. So it's like,
Right.
not
Check
only
this
if you
out.
see a lot online, you have to know what lots are around you that the builder will allow you to have the facade that you want to purchase with this home. So it might
Okay,
be
so
somewhere else.
this builder too, we've helped families get those exterior balconies as well, right? So outside of the home, primary
47-foot
suite, you have the
balcony.
balcony
Yeah.
across. Yeah, because I'm looking at that over here as well, right? So for somebody that
You
might
can
be
see it.
looking
Yep.
to wake up and walk out, things that you really don't see in Florida often, especially with these production builders, this builder
Yeah.
has that. I do see some pools getting put in as well. All in all, I don't think there's many things that you can't do out here. You're just very
Right.
limited to maybe the lot that you're putting it on, and then you have some floor plans to choose from, but there's still some structural options. With us, we're going to try to fight for that best lot for you at the same cost that these standard lots might go for, even though this might not be a standard lot, but there's a lot of good options out there for you. Anything else before we hop off court?
No, you hit the nail on the head there too. With, we know the lots that are available, we know the ones that are not released. We know the ones that we can fight for to get released. So if they're not even on the website or they're showing there for purchase, if it's the right one for you and it fits your time frame, we can go ahead and move forward and try to get those lots released. But it's really all comes down to our strategy and how we're presenting it.
If you made it this far, make sure you hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, what the heck are you doing? Catch you guys on the next one.